guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a story titled Fiancee Cheated and Planned Something So Horrible I Can't Believe It. And guys, this is absolutely the craziest story of the week. In fact, it's probably the craziest story of the month as I get into this a little bit more. This is all about a guy. He's 28 years old and he is engaged. His lady is, she's not a lady, his girl is 24 years old. And he was working overseas. And while he was gone, he discovers that his fiancée, the 24-year-old, cheated on him. And even worse yet, she caught something from the dude that she was cheating on him with. And to make matters even way worse than all that, turns out she tries to give him that thing, the STD. No joke. And when I read this, I really wondered, like, what the hell? Because, I read a lot of crazy articles, crazy stories, but it appears this one is actually, it's not bullshit, but hey, you never know. But when you find out her reasoning for the cheating, but also trying to give this to her fiance, it's crazy. And so this goes to show you guys, not that you don't know this already, there are a lot of crazy people out there. Don't get me, it goes both ways, men and women, but there are a lot of crazy women out there. So you guys that dating and relationships and all, you got to be careful, okay? And you know the old joke about the hot crazy scale, you know, that a lot of times the hotter the woman is, the crazier she is. And I have definitely experienced this in my life. I'm sure many of you guys have. So the next time you have the opportunity to hook up with or whatever, with some smoking hot girl, I don't care how big her boobs are, how tight her ass is, how great her legs look, how pretty she is, how just, you know, it's going to be wild. You might want to think twice about that, okay? Just take my advice, and you're going to hear this story here because it's not worth it. And one of the ways you can always tell guys are the eyes. Crazy women have crazy eyes, no joke. And so when you see that look, and you all know most of you know what I'm talking about, that's time to get away. No matter what things are being said down south, no, get away. You know, we got a female politician. She's a congresswoman from New York, very pretty, can't deny that, and she's got crazy eyes. And believe me, she's nuts. I'm sure many of you can figure out exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it here, but let me tell you, she's got crazy eyes, and definitely she's nuts. So, and if you can't figure it out, check out different congresswomen from New York City with crazy eyes. You'll figure it out. Anyhow, she's what I like to make fun of from time to time. So it starts off, I'm absolutely livid right now. I just got back from a long-term assignment overseas and found out that my fiancée, a 24-year-old female, has been cheating on me for the entire time. The entire time. Why the hell is she with this guy then? Well, obviously, he's got resources he can provide. Cheating the entire time. That's awful. That's bad enough, but it gets far, far worse. Turns out she got herpes from the other man, and I hope you're sitting down. Her plan was to infect me too. So I would have reason not to dump her. Are you kidding me? Crazy. Now, wait till she's going to do this. She wants to do this so that he won't leave her. How many times have you guys heard crazy stories about things women do to get their guy not to leave? Just the other day I did an article about this guy. He found out, young guy, early 20s, found out that his girl was talking with her friends about ways to basically make him feel like so bad about himself, damage his self-esteem that he never leaves her, right? But he found this out and he eventually dumped her, so good for him. But seriously, he says, can anyone explain to me her logic? Dude, there's no logic there. She is running on pure emotion, fear of loss, and crazy. She was being so aggressive to get me into bed. Normally, she gives me a couple days to go get over jet lag before she initiates any intimacy. But this time, she was talking all kinds of dirty, and he says, cam girl dirty, which she never does, and she was climbing in my lap in the parking garage. He says she normally is very private about physical affection. Something just didn't seem right, so I told her I need to recover from my long flight. Guys, always trust your gut. Always. And this guy knew something was wrong, and it's good he trusted his gut and listened to himself. He said this started a huge fight that got worse on the drive home and turned into a full-out screaming match once we got back home, complete with her breaking things. Yeah, she sounds like a keeper. Guys, I know there are times when you relationship guys, where your girl, your lady, whatever you want to call her, is you're getting into a fight and she's provoking you and she's making you crazy and you just want to explode and yell and kick things and all that. You can't do that for many, many reasons nowadays, obviously. But for one of them, the fact is this: getting all worked up and losing control, self-control, and raising your voice and screaming and carrying on, she knows she got you. She got you to act emotional and go away from a place of logic that women do. You can't do that, because if you do that, number one, they're going to lose respect for you. You may not care, but for those who do relationships, you do care. They're going to lose respect for you because she got you to act emotional and get all worked up. As hard as it is, you got to be calm. You got to be objective and not play her game. And by the way, if you start yelling and carrying on throwing stuff, depending on what she wants, that could be used to come back against you with the police. You know I'm right. But again, does this sound like someone that has a healthy life? Does this sound like somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, let alone engaged to? He says, I didn't understand what was going on. I told her I was going to call the police so they could lock her up for her own good. And that's when she told me she cheated on me with a guy from Tinder. She's a Tinderella. She said it was a mistake, that she was sorry, and begged me to forgive her. I just stared at her, trying to breathe. I told her she had to leave, give me some room. But she fell to the floor and grabbed my legs, telling me that I can't throw her out, that I can forgive her if we could just make love. I'm trying to picture the scene there, like she's falling to her knees and da-da-da and forgive her, even though he said flat out, which he's writing this story based on obviously he knows how things went, that she was cheating on him the whole time, and now just falling on the knees and begging for forgiveness once she's caught this STD, because obviously the dude that she got it from, he probably doesn't want anything to do with her, and she realizes that other guys are going to have anything to do with her afterwards. So, I'll give it to my nice guy, fiance here, and he'll stay with me forever. That makes a whole lot of sense. She said, I demanded to know why that was so important. In between screaming, sobbing, and ranting, she said that she had herpes, her life was ruined if I dumped her, and it was my fault because I wouldn't have you-know-it with her right then and there. Oh, it's his fault. She cheated the entire time that he was gone. Meanwhile, he's busting his butt for his work overseas, trying to obviously provide a good living for his future wife. And she's hooking up the whole time with some dude from Tinder. She's a Tinderella. And now it's his fault if he walks away and, leaves her because, she's caught this thing from that guy. That's called karma, lady. I felt like a million cockroaches were crawling all over me. I grabbed my keys and left. Good move. I'm at a hotel now. She's blowing up my phone, texting me that the herpes isn't a big deal, that if we both had it, it would make us a stronger couple, and we could even share medicine. She put a laughing face emoji after the line. Dude, this girl is nuts. That's a good thing. Oh my God. I mean, what does this tell me? It says how she sees this guy. Does she see this guy as a masculine alpha? Well, she was cheating on him the whole time, so obviously not. And the fact that she thinks that she can convince him to do this, it's a very sad, unfortunate perception she has of this guy. So good for this guy for getting the hell out of there. So I'm going to call the cops and getting in a hotel. But I feel bad for this guy because he's obviously a good guy. But sending emojis of all of this so we can be pill-taking buddies for this, she's nuts. Hot crazy scale, guys. You got to pay attention. It's not worth putting your D in her P. I don't care how hot she is if she's nuts. Be careful. Goes on. I think she's going insane. You think? We've been together for 5 years, engaged for the last year, and I don't think I know who she is at all. Well, there's the old bait and switch girlfriend thing. The act can be put on for years. And a lot of guys don't know. It's really sad. I mean, it's amazing. This is a perfect example, guys, of why number one, if you're going to get married one day or move in with a girl, you got to spend years with her. And even then, you really don't know who she is until certain situations come up, oftentimes challenging situations, to see how she reacts and responds. I'm not talking about this one. This is not ideal, obviously, for anybody. But look what happened. She's lost her damn mind. But the thing is, she probably was, well, no, let me rephrase that. She was crazy all along. He says, I've taken multiple showers and I still can't get rid of the feeling of bugs are crawling all over me. I can't turn out the lights. I can't even close my eyes. Has anyone dealt with anything like this before? No, dude, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure they've had women that had caught something, but not like this, where she tried to deliberately give it to him, which, by the way, I'm pretty darn sure would be considered to be illegal and criminal. So I would definitely, for this guy, talk to an attorney. But no, I don't think anybody has ever dealt a situation where She was deliberately trying to give it to him to stay with her. Okay, I've done a lot of stories since I started this channel, and I've certainly not heard anything like this before. This is freaking nuts. What was she thinking? She wasn't thinking. She's lost her mind. She was always nuts and deceitful and a liar and a cheater, but she's lost her damn mind. What the hell am I supposed to do next? Question mark. Dude, you did the right thing getting out of there, and now what you need to do is get all your stuff out of there, potentially talk to a lawyer, okay? And you can decide whether you actually want to go to the cops, because he actually now has proof through the text messages of what she was trying to do and all that. But certainly don't go back to her. And I get it, where this guy's obviously worked up, feeling disgusted. He spent 5 years of his life with her, but regardless, this is who she is, and she was trying to do this, give this to you. You'll be out of your damn mind if you go back to her. You need to get the hell out of there. And get your stuff out of there, cut off all communication, and that's that. Or depending on how you want to pursue things in terms of, because in my opinion, what she did was criminal, trying to give it to you. And obviously, it may depend state to state. I don't know any lawyers or law enforcement watching this video. I'd love to hear your take on this, but this is mad. Get the hell away from her. Never go back. And in the future, well, I could say that he needs to do a great screening process than anybody else he gets together with. But then again, he's with this chick for 5 years. So you just never know. So guys, the old bait and switch girlfriend, bait and switch wife, you got to be super careful, guys. And they got to have a lot of scenarios and situations that she is in and participates in to see who she really is. Because you just never know. But then again, I don't think she probably had most people have a whole lot of major situations hit them when they're that young. I mean, he started with her when she was 19, because she's 24 now. Now, here's a few comments I'm going to read from the comment section. One guy says, first thing is there's absolutely no coming back from this. Yeah, cheating is bad enough, but for some people, if they confess right away and felt genuinely remorse, that's enough to consider reconciliation. I would still tell them to get bent, but to each their own. Not only did she not tell you right away, she tried to give you an STD. Right. I mean, it's bad enough she cheated, but the fact that she tried to give this to you? There's nothing worth saving here. Find out your rights to the apartment, house, and consider meeting with a lawyer just in case. I doubt this will be an easy breakup. No, it won't. And this guy's emotions are going to be a roller coaster. One day he's going to be feeling really full of anger. Then he's going to be remorseful. He might be thinking that there might be a part of him that feels bad for her. He'll go through a whole lot of emotions, but no, get away from this crazy chick. Another guy says, it's honestly worse that she had unprotected you-know-what with a complete stranger whilst in the middle of an engagement. She knew all the risks. I don't think she is remorseful. What she tried to do is illegal in most countries. She knew she had the STD and willingly tried to force you into it onto the original poster. I'd lawyer her up and take her to court. The texts are proof enough. Make sure she doesn't try to do that to somebody else. Anyway, another guy says, this is so effed on so many levels. She sounds like a complete psycho. Yeah. First, she cheated on you. Then, that's the first and only strike you need to leave this mess of a human. Secondly, she got the STD from it. Didn't initially tell you, tried to hide it and give it to you. That's probably illegal and a manipulative, shitty person. Yeah. Thirdly, she then told you what she was trying to do and trap you into staying with her because she thinks you'd be undesirable to others and desperate. That is grotesque. Yeah. He gets it, and all of a sudden, guess what? He now has it, and he's undesirable to others, and she's got him. I mean, yeah, she's crazy, but also she's calculating. And the final comment somebody had was, I've heard a lot of infidelity stories. I lived my own. But yours, dude, yours takes the cake so far in being the most messed up. Get rid of this dumpster fire of a human being, even if she didn't cheat. Well, she did cheat. And yeah, she is a dumpster fire of a human being, but she is pure garbage. So yes, to this guy, sorry it happened to you, bro. It sucks. You're going to go through a whole lot of emotional hell and all that, but get away from this broad, and you can decide what you want to do legal-wise or with the police, but, who knows? But from this point on, she's her own problem or somebody else's problem. It's not your problem. Move on. And good for you for trusting your instincts when knew something was up when she was jumping your bones in the car when you got back from the airport. And it sucked that it happened, but just got to be careful out there and avoid the crazy ones. So anyway, guys, I thought it'd be an interesting story to share. Thanks to Ash for sending me that story. Ash is always sending me good stuff. Never-ending supply of good stuff to put on this channel to help you guys learn and, not to mention, entertain you. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.